Hi everyone. Today is January 9th, 2018. This is a winter storm briefing. We've finally got a storm of consequence. My name is Brian McInerney. I'm the hydrologist here at the National Weather Service in Salt Lake City. So why don't we take a look and see what we've got coming. This is a rendition of the winds, the jet stream, probably about 30,000 feet. And you can see there's, out by Hawaii, there's a high pressure rotating clockwise, but above that, up by the Aleutians, there's a low pressure rotating counterclockwise. In between there, we've got all sorts of dynamics, and the door is open. Whereas really for about 6 weeks, maybe we had another storm earlier, but about 6 weeks time, we've had high pressure deflecting everything up near the poles. Today, the door's open. We've got snow on the way. So when we start at the far northern part of Utah, Beaver Mountain ski area, in that area near Logan Canyon, snow totals we anticipate about 8 to 12 inches with snow water equivalent at 0.9 to 1.2. Storm begins tonight, Tuesday. Storm ends Wednesday night. The greatest snow intensity will be Wednesday morning as the cold front comes through, shifting the winds from southwest west to northwest. Peak snowfall rates are about 1 to 2 inches per hour. Snow level at the onset is 8,000 feet. Pretty high. Rain below that, unfortunately. But when the front does come through, the cold air is going to bring the snow down to the valley floor. When you look at the winds, probably between midnight and 6 a.m. on Wednesday when that front comes through, the winds are going to veer around from southwest to west with the greatest gusts, in the early morning hours of Wednesday as the front moves through to the northwest. When you look at the northern mountains, and we're talking about Powder Mountain and Snow Basin area, snow totals 8 to 15, 0.9 to 1.4 of snow water equivalent. It's going to start Tuesday evening. Storm ends Wednesday night. When we look at the greatest snow intensity Wednesday morning, with about an inch to 2 inches per hour, again about 8,000 feet. The rain below that with that southwest flow. It's warm. It's from Hawaii up to the valley floor when it gets colder. When we look at the winds, more of the same, right about Wednesday early morning into about 6 a.m. have the highest gusts. We could be up to 60, 70 miles an hour out of the west, and then it's going to veer around to the northwest as the front moves in. Central Wasatch front side, this is going to be a tale of two areas, Alta and Brighton. Brighton could do better than Alta during the storm, but we're going to go about 10 to 20 inches, 1.2 to 1.8 on water. It's going to start tonight. It's going to go through Wednesday night. And then the greatest snow intensity Wednesday morning as the northwest flow comes in, which favors this mountain range at about an inch to 2 inches per hour. It could go up to 2 inches per hour at the top of Big Cottonwood Canyon, but the snow level at the onset, again, about that 8,000 valley floors when that front does come through. And then when you look at the winds, we could be up to 70 miles an hour Wednesday morning as the front moves through, and that will be sustained really through about the noontime hours, and then it's going to back off as we move out of this. When you look at the backside, this is Park City. Actually, in Deer Valley, Park City could do a little better when you look at the range, but about 10 to 16 inches. It's going to start warm. It's going to have that southwest flow, so we're going to get some rain with this, but about 0.8 to 1.2 inches on the snow water equivalent. It's going to start sometime this afternoon. It's been raining up there today. It's really been raining all over the place, but nothing of earnest through Wednesday night. Greatest snow intensity early Wednesday morning, but that's going to be a little bit before, late Tuesday. Sometime in the nighttime hours is probably when we're going to see the most snow for this, because this area is favored by southwest flow. We also talk about Sundance. Sundance might have a little bit more problem with the warm advection coming through with the rain, about an inch to 2 inches per hour. Again, that rain is going to be tough because a lot of the bulk of the moisture will be with this southwest flow for this area. But when it does come through sometime Wednesday, later toward noon, we're going to see the shift to northwest, and the flow will come down to the valley floor. The winds, about 6 a.m., we'll see about gusts 70 miles an hour out of the west as those winds veer around to the northwest. And then what we're going to see for the western Uinta Mountains, and this is really areas east of Camas and Oakley, um, we're going to see snow totals 12 to 18 inches with 1.2 to 1.8. Tuesday afternoon it's going to start. Wednesday night, greatest snow intensity is early Wednesday morning with about 1 to 2 inches per hour. Very similar all the way through, but something to consider is this snow is going to be right side up. It won't be upside down because we're getting the warm, heavy snow first as the cold front moves in. Then we're going to get the lighter snow on top. So about midnight Wednesday, early morning, somewhere around there. Tuesday, midnight into the early morning hours, about 60 miles an hour out of the west. And then we're going to move into the northwest where we'll still have gusts of about 50 miles an hour until that eventually drops off. So something to consider. We've had very infrequent storms. Our snowpack is at some of the most lowest levels we've seen in quite some time, maybe back to 1976. As such, the avalanche danger could be considerable with this storm. A lot of heavy, wet snow to start with, some rain, and then we're going to put some more snow on there. Please be careful. Take a look at the Utah Avalanche Center. I can't emphasize that enough. If you need anything else from us, look at Facebook. On that address, you can find us on Twitter. Monitor these conditions closely before you go into the backcountry. If you're a patroller, take care because it's going to be some kind of crazy conditions with this weather. This is Brian McInerney. I'm the hydrologist with the National Weather Service. We'll see how we go with the next storm, but until then, thanks for taking the time. See ya.